Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the EDC Podcast. I am Static and
Glen Atkins.
There we go. Glenn. So I guess this episode, it's been a little while between episodes. We wanted to get them a lot more...
we wanted a bit more regular, but...
That will definitely be happening in the future for sure. There'll be more regular stuff coming out, but we're now sitting at the end of round 2.
Correct.
So we've seen 2 rounds go through. They've been absolutely amazing. First round at Morgan Park.
Yep.
Second round at the
Pheasant Wood Circuit.
Pheasant Wood. So we were super excited to see that one go down.
Look, honestly, it was a big hype to get it going. There was a lot of anticipation. Is it going to work? Are we going to be out in breach of the venue and stuff like that? We got the drivers together. We just said, look, this is the regulations. Let's go with it. And we did it.
Awesome. I guess things I'd like to know, and I'm sure people out there would like to know, obviously Pheasant Wood's been a big thing for a while. We've been not allowed there for a long time because of noise and whatever else. You've been working with the track a lot, along with like the Revolution Motorsport boys have been doing the same, but you've been working with the track a lot along the way. I guess give us a bit of an idea on how it was that you had to sort of get the heads together and overcome the issues.
So pretty much, I was lucky to sit down with the owners, just let them know what I wanted to do, how we were going to tackle it, try to work with the community and stuff like that. Sound, smoke, like the same criteria that we have issues with a lot of racetracks, but it was a lot more tighter with this track. Yeah, sitting down with Scott from Pheasant Wood, how can we make this work? What do we got to do? Nick from Revolution, big part in the background as well. Nick and the boys have been trying really, really hard to get drifting back in at Pheasant Wood. So we just sort of worked together in the background just to see how we can make it happen, to be feasible, even for Revolution, to have their events to come back. But yeah, it was good that everyone came together. The community was tight, and yeah, I had a few drivers come down to the track. We tested it. We tested with noisy cars. We tested with quiet cars. Exhaust, no exhaust, screamer pipes, all that sort of stuff, just to get the caliber of the noise levels and how it was going to just work. So the good thing is we came to a happy medium. We did keep the decibels to a pretty good standard, which the track was over the moon with what we did. And yeah, I contacted the track the other day and they're happy for us to come back. So a good note pretty much for us, for everyone really.
You hear that? So that's next year. We're going back to Pheasant Wood?
Yeah, we're just trying to get the date sorted.
Yeah.
So no, they're happy to give us a date. We just got to find the date that works with us.
That is awesome. That is so good. So along the way, you had testing days and all that sort of stuff out of the track.
Yep.
For the event itself, we actually had the help of a lot of the drivers by altering their exhaust and all that sort of screamer pipes, exhaust, all that sort of gear, just so we can keep that level down.
Yeah. We had another factor in as well, was smoke. So being in that area, there is horses and stuff like that. So we were really relying on the wind to be blowing the right direction so it didn't annoy the neighbours too much. Unfortunately, it started off not in our favour, but during the course of the day, it did shift and then it worked out good.
That's really good. So keep your eyes peeled, guys. It's looking like Pheasant Wood is a go again in future.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. I guess we'll rewind a bit. We'll go back to round 1.
Yep.
That was the first round that EDC has ever held, round 1 at Morgan Park.
First competition at Morgan Park, first one for EDC, so It was definitely an eye-opener on every part. Also changing the formula of how a pro-level event works. We didn't go to a traditional battle format. We went to the round robin. So it's can we make this work? Is time a factor? Or how will it work? Well, we made it work. It wasn't a good start. We had pretty much most of the field bomb out on us at the start of the round robin. So we had to juggle a bit, get it back into path, and then once we were going smooth sailing again, we got it back onto a tight path.
So if I remember correctly, hearing back, I was kind of right near the broadcast truck. And if I remember rightly, the first battle that actually happened on the live stream was battle 6 or something like
Correct.
that. So there were so many cars that bombed out. There were drivers that were looking really, really good.
Yeah.
Just for whatever reason, the car didn't hold up. Or
I had Chevy Greenway in pits crowing for us, trying to get all the drivers sorted. I called him in and go, all right, we're going live. Are we ready? And he just goes, copy that, not going to happen. We have the first 3 battles out. And I was just What do you mean? We are literally going live on the live stream right this second. And so anyway, we shuffled around a few drivers. We got it back into format. So it was good. Yeah. It was a bit shaky, but like as for a first event, I was over the moon at how it produced.
So I guess with that in mind, like you had an idea in your head of how the event might run or how things were going to go. How did that sort of pan out? Like what lessons were kind of learnt along the way as well?
Yeah, I think we had a few dramas on my part with technical data and stuff, getting it back to the drivers. So that was the biggest curveball for me, was trying to manage the track and get the data back up to run to perfect running order. The good thing is I had a really good team running behind me, so they picked up the pieces while I was trying to sort it all out. I definitely got to give a big, I can't say it enough, but Mark Barley from ADV jumped on my computer, got everything sorted for me in the background, even though he wasn't even at the event. He was still in Melbourne. So yeah, he fixed all that up for us, and then yeah, we're back running again. Apart from that, then the next biggest curveball was just track timing, trying to line up drivers that we could get them going at a good pace, or it looked awesome on the live stream. There was no big gaps like traditional battles. And then, yeah, just making sure everything was smooth. So we did pick up a lot of technical knowledge out of that first one, which we put into the second one, which showed in the round 2 actually was a lot more smoother. We had more drivers at round 2, so it was a lot more action-packed. Okay. But yeah, we picked up a lot of techniques that we needed for the series from round 1.
That's really cool. That's awesome. Like getting into it like that, and I guess learning the lessons along the way and adapting really quickly and changing them like between like one round. You know what I mean? So we're going from this round to this round, and you've learned those lessons, you've changed, you've adapted, and you've brought them in. Yeah. And to hear that they went so well, I mean, speaking to all the drivers that went there, I have not heard a bad word. Yeah. Everybody was pretty happy with the way it ran.
I think the good thing is with the round robin drivers, what we're seeing is a lot more battles. From practice, there's battles. There's no single runs unless there's bye runs, which we saw in round 1. There was a lot of bye runs. Round 2, we eliminated a lot of the bye runs, even though we had a few cars out. But it's just more action-packed. We just get cars going, battle, 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 and then go from there.
So the layout for round 1, super difficult. A lot of the drivers were struggling. All the way through practice. We saw a lot of lawn mowing. There was a lot of lawn mowing going on.
Yeah.
But I guess once we come to the top 8, it really started to tighten up.
Yeah, I think the drivers pulled it together. They knew the speed they needed. They knew the angles they needed. So they definitely pulled that formation back. You were correct. Like, it was a fast track. Like, you had to be committed for this one. And it showed. Top 8, like, the battles were awesome.
All right, so coming from round 1 into round 2, I guess if we're looking at the 2 separate layouts, how they compared to each other, round 2 was obviously a lot tighter, a lot
flowier. Like definitely round 1, like the Z track at Morgan Park, it really brought out the drivers there, like fast, big corners, like you had to be committed. Round 2, still the same commitment, but coming up that hill, throw in, you had to sit in that pocket right, coming around, and then transitioning down the hill back into turn 2. If you had the transition perfect, it was smooth sailing from then on. So the difference between the tracks is totally different in the aspect of one, you're really, really pushing hard and committing. The other one was just commitment the whole way through.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, as I said, like Morgan Park is really, really technical, where Pheasant Wood is just a nice, flowy transition, good battles, tight, everything just flows.
Yeah.
Banks, different undulations of corners,
Yeah. That was really cool for me because I've never been to the track at all in my life. I've never seen it before. So coming into that to see it, like, it looks really flat when you're looking at it on videos.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? It's not at all. You are coming up a hill, right? And then you're, I guess, once you've initiated and come around that hill, you're then going back down, and you're kind of almost into a bowl. So you're then transitioning back at the bottom of the bowl and then coming back up to the top of it again.
It's really weird. With turn 2, it's banked down there. It doesn't look at it on the camera as much, but it is actually got a nice bank in it. Yeah. As you can see, like Matt Grice went out there, he got sucked in and he pulled into the blue barriers.
Yeah.
Or
insert photo here.
Yeah. You had to be committed, and it's just the right braking, the right acceleration, and it just happens. I think, and then in turn 3, I think we saw a couple other drivers. Don't quote me, I think it was Alex Shark came real close to hitting the barrels, like his wing just pretty much tapped the barrier. But yeah, the different heights in that track is crazy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was super cool to see. Like, totally unexpected. Again, sort of. I guess every track you see looks flat, right, when it's on camera. So you don't know until you're there. But yeah, it was awesome to see how they're just coming up and sort of just. It's almost like a skate park, if you will, for cars. It's
yeah,
amazing.
totally. And see, the thing is, a lot of the boys jumped on a set of Corsa practicing on the sim, and the same on the sim. It actually isn't got that much of an incline. So apart from learning the corners, the transitions, and all that, the actual realism was definitely not there.
Yeah.
So
yeah. All right. So I guess if we go back to round one, and we'll talk about our top four.
yeah, so our top 4 Golby parts drivers. So round 1 we saw Ben Hodges take the win. Ricky White get second. Man, that was a really good battle. That was tight. Like,
that was an awesome battle.
It was a nail biter to work out. Like, people were like, oh, Ricky should have won. Oh, Ben should have won. Like, it was seriously down to the point to get that battle to where it was.
Yep.
Yeah, moving on. So then we had, for third and fourth, we had Matt Walters, the Hulk, and Warwick Hill take out 4th place. So that was pretty good. It was a good podium too. Like,
yeah, for those who didn't watch it, Warwick Hill made it all the way to top 4. Into the finals in 3 cars, was it? He had his own that didn't get real far.
No, he didn't. And then he took Matt.
Then
Matt's car.
Took Matt's car.
And then,
but then to battle Matt's car in the final, he had to borrow Gary Fleming's car.
Yeah.
And he just couldn't get a handle on it.
No, so he went for 2 different cars. So different power, different levels. Yeah, it was totally different car, different chassis. So hats off to the attempt, but unfortunately Matt took the win. So
yeah, it would have been great to see Warwick Hill run that whole round in his own car.
Well, let's talk about round 2.
Yes.
It was a change.
I saw.
So this time Warwick's car actually worked and Matt's car didn't work, so they swapped. So as I said to him, round 3, you aren't swapping cars. You have to compete in your cars or you're out. I'm sorry.
I feel like round 3 they have to swap, but stay swapped.
Yeah.
So Matt's in Warwick's car, Warwick's in Matt's, and they have to stay that way.
No. So round 2, we had Alex Shaka come in. He entered for round 2 and take the win. So he versed Luke Willoughby. Luke was on redemption because he didn't have a good round 1. So he was on redemption. These two were battling crazy all day, not between each other, just in their battles. It was great to see both of these two guys out there, and it was again another nail biter. We had to rerun the top 2. And we actually went over by 3 minutes, I think the actual day was.
Is that right?
Well, we were meant to be done and dusted by 4. It was 4:03. We had the track coordinator and everything. He's like ready to throw the flag at us and everything like that. But no, we ended up getting the result we needed. Alex Shaka took the win. Luke Willoughby took 2nd. Mitch Jeffries came up and took 3rd. And then we had
Elliot Wolf.
Yeah, come and take 4th. So for the caliber of Elliot's car to get where he was, like he was on point all day. He would have been one of the lowest powered cars there, but his driving was phenomenal.
Yeah, he's a brilliant driver.
Yeah.
But the same can be said for Alex Shaka, Luke Willoughby, and Mitch Jeffries. They're all amazing drivers, and the leaderboard said so.
Yeah, 100%. So it was good. So, round 2 was definitely an eye-opener for us. Like 4K1 doing broadcast again for us. They did an awesome job in the background, getting all that. We had Grant as the head judge for both rounds. He stepped up and took leadership and just ran it, and it was perfect. And then Matt Chunga on the mic.
Yeah.
So the event was great. The track was awesome. The day was awesome. The weather was perfect for us. Just all stars aligned for that event.
Yeah, unfortunately I couldn't be there the whole day, but from what I saw, from the time I was there to the time I left, everybody was charging hard. They were all driving so well. There was very little downtime.
No,
awesome.
We did have a big lunch break, but that was just so we could quickly sort stuff out in the background, getting the drivers sorted and all that. The next round we won't have that kind of a break. But as for in between battles, it was very quick. We just knocked them out. So timing worked perfect for us.
And it's really cool to see so many drivers get behind it. I mean, obviously everybody wants to drive Pheasant Wood, right? But it's awesome to see so many drivers get behind it, coming out of the first round into the second. The entries almost double? Or close to, am I right?
No, actually, coming into both, round 1 we had 24 drivers.
Right.
But at the last second we did lose quite a few drivers leading into the event. So then that dropped us down to 16. Round 2 was 24 drivers. We lost one driver, so we actually battled it out at 23 for round 2.
Yeah, awesome.
So
that's really cool. So hopefully coming into round 3 at Calder Park, this is where we get to plug round 3. Round 3 at Calder Park, hopefully we get to see a lot more drivers involved. Obviously, Calder Park is so close to the Melbourne CBD.
Yep.
And so many drivers down that way.
Yeah, so we don't have Grant for this one for judging, unfortunately. Grant's just got a bit of family commitment and all that he couldn't get out of. So we do have some fresh judges, which we're going to announce, which is really good. Plus, I've got some really cool thing. We've got Wally coming, the race starter.
Awesome.
So
awesome.
We're going to be throwing all the sensors on top of the cars and actually getting it. So pretty much, honestly, we could nearly do the event with 2 judges and have Wally there as a 3rd judge.
So I know that the next DriftX event, Wally is going to be there. They're going to have a team competition.
And it's a judgeless system.
It's judgeless. It's completely done by the Wally system. But in saying that, this is a team event. So you'll have 2 cars and they are judging purely on proximity, on how close you and your mate can get to it.
Doesn't matter speed, doesn't matter.
Cool.
Yeah, as long as, it's just that proximity. So it's really, really good. It'd be cool. I'd love to get down there. Unfortunately, it's the week before. So we've got a lot of prep to do in the background for us. Otherwise, we would have been down there and helping out Vic Drift. Vic Drift's come on board as well. They've helped us out with a driver. Again, this will be more announcements soon to let you know who's coming. Yep. But yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff happening. Wally's coming. We've got a couple of new judges down there, commentators. Yeah, it's going to be great.
It's going to be awesome. What I'm really liking seeing is so many of these different, entities in the drift community working together, getting together and working. You know, we've got Revolution Motorsport coming in, the Vision Auto Club guys coming in, again with the Victorian Drift Club and all that sort of gear. It's so cool to see everyone sort of just getting behind it and getting together. Yeah,
Drift Outlaws like Grant and all his community up there. Everyone's just linking
Drift
together.
Japan,
everybody. Benny Odgers, so Benke, they've been helping in the background as well. And then like even for sponsors, like you've got to give it to sponsors. Like we've got Golby's. They've been nothing but the best for us. They've helped us in many different ways. They're helping drivers. There's so much they've been doing for us. KCK Lubricants, again, like they've gone above and beyond. They've never really been, apart from helping Warwick out, they've never really been that heavy in the drifting, but now they can see there's a really good community here. So they're backing us 100%. Spy Optics Australia, the guys down there, they're again, another sponsor that's helped us and they love the drift scene. So there's some cool things happening in the background. We can't really elaborate too much now because it's a bit of future stuff, but even like Zoo Performance, we had Nicky at round 1 helping us judge. Unfortunately, he couldn't make round 2, but yeah, he was in the background still watching and like going for us. Burst Studio, who's been doing all of our videos, upcoming videos, drone action team. Like you guys seen it, the drone, Ben on the drone is just killing it. It's next phenomenal. Level driver.
Phenomenal. Like the battery changes was almost like V8 supercar level tire change sort of thing. Yeah. The battery changes on that drone, it was insane.
Yeah, no, it was good. We had Scotty at round 2 helping him trying to quickly change batteries and all that. There's a couple of times I had to hold the line a second till I saw the drone fly past us. But yeah, no, Ben's killing it on the drone, and yeah, big thanks to him. He's been supporting us hard. Like he's been doing more than what he needs to do, and like we're so gratitude. Like the gratitude's so high with what he's done for us. Vango Rapid Repairs. Yeah. So Maddie and Ness, they were at round 2. They were helping us in the background, actually helping us marshalling some of the drivers. So yeah, that was great to have them there as well. And they're another big drift family sort of guys that have not just helped the venues and stuff like that, even the drivers, like just getting them at the track. So big thumbs up.
So good to see all the work that's going on behind the scenes, not just with EDC, but with everybody else involved is really, really cool. Yeah. And yeah, we can't thank them enough for getting behind EDC and really helping push it and make it what it is. Yeah,
same. Like simrigs.com.au down in Melbourne, we're going to go down and see them when we go down for Calder. They've backed us as well. So that and Sim Magic, there's some cool stuff happening.
Have to go and see what they can put together for me.
Well, they've got a really good facility down there, and they're actually making some cool stuff as well. They're actually going to make a couple of mobile rigs. Yep. And there's a centre they built where they've got quite a few rigs there where you can go out and battle each other or even battle online. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Watch this space. We'll give you some more updates on that.
That's awesome.
we've got some dates locked in for next year. I'm not going to drop it now, but
okay,
pretty much, yeah, there's another new track on the cards. Actually, I lied. There's 2 new tracks.
Two new tracks.
Two tracks that haven't had competition at this size before.
Right, okay.
So, yes, watch this space again.
Awesome, awesome. There's a lot we can't say, but there is a lot we can also.
Yeah.
Hopefully, the next time you see us, we'll be wrapping up for round 3.
Yeah, 100%.
And I guess the year, but we'll be looking forward into the future, and we'll have a lot more to be able to tell you guys.
We're also at the moment, just to let you guys know, we are chopping up round 1 and round 2. So we're actually going to make them into a smaller video, so that way you can watch it and see all the highlights and stuff like that quicker.
Yeah, it's cool watching the live stream and all, but when you're trying to watch 4 hours of footage, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah,
no, so that's good.
It does get a bit full on. And then another thing is too, I know I've been getting a lot of feedback from you guys that you just don't know what's happening, who's winning, who's losing, where we're at with the whole thing. So we're upping up the graphics. So we're going to give you a bit more of a rundown of how it's going to be, where we're at with it, who's winning, who's losing, and going from there. Yep. So round 3 is going to be a lot better for us.
That's awesome. That's one of those things, right? I mean, like, not only yourself sort of just putting on the series for the first time, you've got 4K1 who are just covering drifting for the first time. They do a lot of other corporate stuff, which they do really well. But yeah, everybody's just kind of getting into it for the first time. So knowing what they need to be showing everybody is a difficult thing to sort of get the grasp of until you've gotten out there and done it. So now that we're 2 rounds in, things are really starting to roll.
Yeah.
It's great to see all of these lessons learned and everything sort of coming up and catching up.
Yeah, 100%. Really cool.
Awesome, mate. I guess with that, we'll say goodbye to everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Keep your eyes out for the next one. Keep your eyes out on the EDC Facebook and Instagram page for all the upcoming information for round 3 and beyond.
Yeah, any tickets you want to buy as well for round 3, easterndc.com.au is our website. The standings are there. We get merch, everything's there. So our shirts, jumpers, hats, everything's available on our website.
Awesome. Legend, mate. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Cheers.
See ya.